Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young and it's been a few weeks since I've seen you last, meaning we have a lot to catch up on. With that said, I'll jump right into it. To start, week one of the college football season was pure chaos. To start the weekend, in his first ever collegiate start, quarterback Julian Sayin gave Ohio State a 2-score lead early in the fourth quarter with a 40-yard touchdown pass to Carnell Tate. The reigning champion Buckeyes defense contained the much-hyped Texas quarterback Arch Manning, along with two pivotal stops in the red zone. All of this resulted in the third-ranked Buckeyes defeating the top-ranked Longhorns 14-7. It was the fourth time the number one team has met the previous season's national champion in the opener, and the defending champ has won the last 3 times. Later in the day, on Saturday, the unranked Florida State Seminoles went into Tuscaloosa and stunned number 8 Alabama 31-17, ending the Crimson Tide streak of 23 straight wins in season openers. Coming off of a 2-10 season, Florida State handed a crushing setback to Alabama, which was viewed as a college football playoff contender under second-year coach Kalen DeBoer. There were 2 other pretty major upsets on the day. First, for the first time in almost 8 years, Miami has beaten a top 10 team. Carson Beck threw for 205 yards and 2 touchdowns in his Miami debut, and the 10th-ranked Hurricanes beat the 6th-ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish 27-24 in the opener for both teams. The highlight of this game was the unbelievable touchdown grab by C.J. Daniels, which has already become a contender for Catch of the Year. To close out the day, number 9 LSU rallied past 4th-ranked Clemson 17-10 on Saturday night for its first season-opening win since 2019, when Joe Burrow led the Tigers to an undefeated season and a national championship. Then, to end the first week of college football, we had one more game on Monday night, where TCU traveled to Chapel Hill to take on the UNC Tar Heels. Both of these teams entered into the night unranked, so why was this a primetime game and why should anyone care about it? This game was the college football debut for UNC's newest head coach, NFL legend Bill Belichick. The 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach scripted his offense's opening drive beautifully as UNC drove down the field and scored on the opening possession, quickly jumping out to a 7-0 lead. However, what came next was a shock. TCU's Bud Clark had a first-half pick 6, and Kavorian Barnes had a 75-yard touchdown run on the first second-half snap to help TCU spoil Belichick's coaching debut by rolling past North Carolina 48-14. UNC struggled tremendously, and quarterback Gio Lopez went a full, real-time 128 minutes without completing a pass. With Belichick at the helm, I fully expect UNC to turn it around and win several games this year, but that first loss definitely stings. Heading into week 2, there aren't really any key matchups to watch, as most major programs play smaller schools early on in the season. Realistically, the only ranked matchup this week is number 15 Michigan traveling to take on number 18 Oklahoma. This should be a great game and can be seen at 4:30 p.m. on ABC. Both teams are currently 1-0, and Oklahoma are just slight favorites to win. Even though this is the only ranked matchup this week, we still have tons of college football to enjoy. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, or maybe just me, but regardless, the NFL season has officially begun. Before we get to week 1, I have to mention the enormous news story that broke last weekend. The Dallas Cowboys traded 4-time Pro Bowl edge rusher Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers on Thursday. In exchange, the Cowboys received 3-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Kenny Clark and 2 first-round draft picks. Immediately after, Parsons agreed to a 4-year, $188 million contract with the Packers that includes $120 million fully guaranteed at signing and $136 million in total guarantees, making him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. This comes after months of Parsons being very open about his frustrations with Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office and requesting a trade after saying he no longer wanted to be a Cowboy. Now, the Packers received a much-needed boost and are looking for a deep playoff run. Now that we're up to speed, last night, after a tumultuous few weeks, the Dallas Cowboys traveled to Philadelphia to open the season against defending Super Bowl champion Eagles. In their banner night, the Eagles got their new campaign and the road to back-to-back titles underway with a win over the rival Cowboys. There is the rare Friday night NFL game tonight when the Los Angeles Chargers and Kansas City Chiefs will face off in an AFC West rivalry matchup. But this game will be a road game for both teams as they will play in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Kickoff is tonight at 5 p.m. on YouTube. The remaining 26 teams will play on Sunday, and the final 2 will play on Monday night. We finally arrived at our first full NFL Sunday, which can only mean one thing. It's time to bring back my picks. If you're new to this show, every NFL season I've picked 4 teams per week that I think will win. Last season, I went 40-10, which has been my best year yet. Overall, my lifetime record is 118, 41, and 1 tie. Not too bad at all. So hopefully I can start my season going 4-0. For week 1, I'll go with the Denver Broncos over the Tennessee Titans, the Bengals to open with a win over the rival Browns, Washington to beat the New York Giants, and the 49ers to bounce back from last season and open with a win over the Seahawks. With all the football talk out of the way, time to catch up on the other sports from around the world. First, the men's and women's US Open of Tennis tournament is quickly coming to a close. For the men, Novak Djokovic has been playing like a much younger version of himself, dominating his way to the semifinal round, including an upset win over number 4 ranked American Taylor Fritz. Now Djokovic has to face the number 2 ranked player in the world and in this tournament, Carlos Alcaraz, for its spot in the championship match. Number 25 ranked Canadian Felix Auger-Aliassime and number 1 Jannik Sinner will also be competing for their spots in the finals. Both semifinal rounds will take place today, with the championship match happening on Sunday at 11 a.m. On the women's side, the semifinals were yesterday afternoon. Defending champion Aryna Sabalenka returned to the US Open semifinals without hitting a ball on Tuesday night because the woman she was supposed to face in the quarterfinals, 2023 Wimbledon champion Marketa Vondrousova, pulled out of their match with an injured knee. Sabalenka was set to square off with number 4 ranked American Jessica Pegula. Sabalenka capitalized on her rest this week, defeating Pegula and punching her ticket to the final championship round tomorrow. On the other side of the bracket, American Amanda Anisimova and Naomi Osaka of Japan also met yesterday afternoon to play for their spot in the final match. Number 8 ranked Anisimova continues her hot streak, picking up another win and earning her spot in the final round tomorrow. The US Open Championship round for the women will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. on ESPN. The MLB season is rapidly approaching its conclusion, and this week, we had our first officially eliminated team from playoff contention. Can you take a wild guess who it was? That's right, the Colorado Rockies. On Sunday, August 25th, the Colorado Rockies were officially eliminated from MLB postseason contention. They officially have just 22 games remaining and are sitting with a 39-101 record. They're dead last in the division, league, and overall standings, and are currently 36 games back from a wildcard spot. This is the 27th time the Rockies have failed to qualify for baseball's postseason in the past 33 seasons. After statistically the worst season in baseball history, Rockies fans can rejoice about one thing: it's all over. While the Angels are hanging on to a less than 1% chance of making the playoffs, they at least have one stat they can be very proud of. After winning their 63rd game on Saturday, they remain the only franchise in MLB history that has never had a 100-loss season. While it still would be nice to see the Angels return to the playoffs someday, at least they've never lost 100 games. Speaking of playoff clinching and elimination, the WNBA playoffs are all but set. Only 3 spots remain open, as the Lynx, Aces, Dream, Mercury, and Liberty have all clinched their spots in the postseason. As I predicted last week, the Mystics, Sun, Sky, and Wings have now all been eliminated from the playoffs. That means Valkyrie, Storm, Fever, and Sparks are the final 4 teams competing for the final 3 spots. The playoffs begin next Sunday the 14th, so don't miss out on any of the action this weekend to see which teams will make a run at a championship. With all of that said, enjoy the first week of the NFL, week 2 of college football, plus WNBA, baseball, Formula 1, soccer, and so much more that this week has to offer. Come right back next Friday for more news, updates, and highlights from all around the sports world. I'm Cole Young. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.